Something I don't think I've mentioned before, actually. This pause screen music is another thing that wasn't in the game at launch. It was added shortly after because people complained that it felt weird not having any pause music in there. Yeah, a lot of stuff changed because of complaints people had after launch. Anyway, welcome back to Yooka-Laylee. We're still in the same session as last time. Just because I had this that I was going to do and I didn't realize how slow I was going in comparison to earlier on. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you forget to set a timer or something of the sort. How many pages did I even get last time, come to think of it? I like the game just casually spoiling itself for no reason. Alright, that's 4. So, I want to say... I guess I got 3? But I can't for the life of me remember what the third one I got was. Wait, no, now I remember, yeah. Anyway, we're going to be getting our first PG for this video a lot quicker than last video. Regrettably, even on the PC version, you can't use a mouse for this, so you have to use the analog stick to aim. Which is a little bit fiddly, but I mean, this isn't like a particularly hard challenge, so it's whatever, my dude. So yeah, only 2.5 minutes as opposed to the, I don't even know how long, since, you know, this is even still the same recording as last time. Alright, so we got that, and now all the way over here, there's actually another little challenge we can do. You see those symbols at the top? Well, you have to find them in this array of things, and bounce on all of them within a time limit. Hopefully without getting spotted by this guy, but if you do, it won't necessarily, like, completely screw you over. It'll just mean you have to deal with him for the time you have left doing this. Hang on. Here it is. Yeah, it's not super hard, it's just, like, maybe a little bit annoying if you're not super familiar with the game. And yeah, we're probably going to be making progress a lot faster in this video, just because there's a lot of stuff, like, right next to each other, and you don't need to commit a whole lot of time to each one. Oop. Alright, so get on over here. Can you, like, not be in my way, sir? I guess I can explain these guys now. If you try to hit these guys when they have their bullshit out, it'll count as damage, but you can stun them pretty easily, and then that opens them up for a proper attack. Or you can wait for them to try to attack you the way they have a proper attack. If I can bait it out. Come on. Come on, do it. Do it. Oh. Okay, that one did it, but yeah. If you make them, like, shoot their stinger at you, that opens them up too. That being said, it's obviously not a super efficient way of fighting them. These guys are honestly the most annoying enemies to fight in the game, not counting bosses, of course. Spoilers, by the way, there are bosses in this game, and they are all bad. Well, there's one that's like okay, I guess, but you know, I feel like I've probably made it obvious by now, but I tend to not like the bosses in most 3D platformers, just because, like, I don't know, just in general, they tend to not be the focus of the developers when designing them, except sometimes the final boss will be alright, but usually the bosses just at the end of a level or whatever, this won't be super great. Although I think, like, we're having some fun bosses in 2E and DK64, I feel like. So, I don't know, I guess they just didn't have the team that designed those, or the members of the team that designed those on this time around, or maybe they just, like, I don't know. Could be anything. Could be nothing. We'll just never know. Maybe. Alright, anyway, I was planning to put this off for a little while, but you know what, we're here. We might as well do it while we're here. So yeah, this is Rextro's Arcade. Get ready for another epic pun. Or, not pun. Get ready for another epic acronym that stands for a swear word. I can't zoom up to it, can't I? Oh well, you can probably tell what the first word's supposed to be just by, like, intuition. Yeah, anything I'm missing here? No? Okay. Let's talk to Rextro. So, Rextro's an interesting enough character, I guess, just because, like, I don't know, the idea of a kind of, like, dumb old boomer, who, like, for lack of a better word, whose entire personality is that he was from an old video game or something of the sort. That's kind of funny. I guess. It's mildly amusing, anyway. But I feel like a lot of people ended up hating him just because, the Rextro minigames, because, yeah, that's his role. He lets you play minigames in exchange for those play tokens, like the one we found at the end of the last episode. His minigames tend to suck. Yeah, this first one's not too bad, at least when you get used to it, but it's a little bit clunky and... yeah. Let's begin. So, more or less, it's just a top-down racing thing. Controls a little differently from most racing games of any variety. You don't, like, have a steer controls or an accelerate button. You just point where you want to go, and oop, that was lucky. Yeah, you just point where you want to go, and it just accelerates for as long as you hold it in that direction, and in the direction you are holding it in. Yeah, it's a bit weird, a little janky, but not something you can't get used to, I guess. Yeah, for this first round, it's not, like, too frustrating or whatever. You can just kind of get through this in the time limit, which is a pretty generous enough time limit, and still get the PG. It's the later ones we're going to be worrying about, or not so much the later ones, it's the later rounds we're going to be worrying about, because you get a PG just for beating the minigame properly, in this case doing without the time limit running out, and then you have to play it again and beat Rextro's high score in order to get a PG then. Why you have to play it the second time? I don't know. But it's dumb, especially since the first time you could very well have gotten past Rextro's high score pretty easily, but you still have to do it again anyway. which isn't super frustrating for this one. I don't think it's really that frustrating for any of them until the fourth one. But it's just kind of annoying because it takes more time than it needs to. And I don't know, I kind of have my fill of these minigames after one play. Not sure why I needed a whole ass loading screen for that minigame just to boot in, but not to get back to the game, but I don't know. I like the memory card thing, especially since most games on the N64 didn't require you to have a memory card, and almost nobody I knew who had an N64 when I was a kid had a memory card for it. I think I was, like, my family was the only family I had known that had an N64 and a memory card for it, and that was only for like a month or two. So we lost it eventually after realizing, wait, we don't need this for, like, anything. Except, like, Diddy Kong Racing. You had an option to... I forgot what it used the memory card for, but... I don't think it was anything super important. But yeah, we didn't have any games for the N64 that needed the memory card to save data normally or anything. We literally... I think we had, like... We had Mario 64, Banjo, Banjo-Tooie, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, and I think Smash Bros. Maybe Pokemon Stadium. We didn't have that much for the N64 because we were a PlayStation family. Ironically, nowadays, I do have some games for the N64 that I should probably get a memory card for, but my N64 is busted right now, so it's whatever, my dude. I have no idea why you'd go that alternate route on this track, by the way. See, now I need a loading screen to do all that. Okay, you know what's funny about this, by the way? I'm pretty sure I did worse that time than I did the first time. And I still beat Rexer's high score. And I still had to do it twice in order to get the Pagey for it. So that took about, I want to say 6 minutes in total to get both of those Pagies. How many pages has that made so far this video? Like 5? I want to say 5. That's the most we've gotten in one video. No, I do not want to play that again. Oh. Eat my ass! See, this is why I don't like having the accept button be on the same button as jump. Because I keep accidentally pressing jump when I want to... Or I keep accidentally accepting something when I want to just jump off. That's stupid. You're stupid. Oh yeah, I can't lick any NPCs when I'm near them, because for some reason, like, once the Switch version came out, because in that version, A or circle on my controller became accept, because, you know, it makes more sense for A to be accept than, or jump to be accept when it's on B, I guess. I don't know. So that happened. That's a change that they made, and it makes sense. I don't know why they didn't retroactively apply that to the other versions, especially since it's less frustrating to have this be what you do when you want to talk to someone but accidentally aren't close enough to them. But I don't know. I guess you'll see eventually. What else is there to show? I guess we can finish up here. But yeah, basically, the when the Switch version came out, they made it to where if you press, like, if you're near an enemy and you use either one of the buttons in any version that could be the interact button, it doesn't do the other action it has. So if you're near an enemy in the Switch version and you want to jump when you're near an enemy, you can't jump, or not an enemy, when you're near an NPC, you can't jump for whatever reason. It's a really weird design choice. And, of course, for PC version, you can't use this, like, tongue lash when you're near an NPC enough to talk to them. It's really stupid. And I hope I didn't accidentally skip over Rampo's dialogue absent-mindedly, because I tend to do that when I'm just playing the game on my own time, because, you know, I've already experienced all the dialogue in this game once, I don't need to do it again. What's the point? Okay, this one's a little annoying to jump over when you don't have the spring jump. Oh well, I managed. Alright. So, over here, I think they mean for you to come back here with a spring jump to get those 3 quills up there. However, you can get up there pretty easily just by jumping on this thing. So, yeah. I don't know why you'd want to backtrack through a level just to get like 3 quills, but... Anyway, here's our first boss, the Great Rambo. This boss was absolute hell in the original version. Especially since it, like, had kind of a... excuse me. Had kind of a fixed camera. And would occasionally, like, once you were dropped down to the bottom of the thingo, the bottom of the ramp, it would stop being in a fixed camera, and that would make it really easy to just get yourself stuck in there. Through no fault of your own. They removed the fixed camera eventually. And also, remember how I said you can stand still on these ramps? Yeah, this is a big part of the game that you're going to need to know that. Because a lot of people don't know that, and they tend to have a lot more trouble on this boss than they usually do. That being said, once you know those, the boss isn't too bad. Especially after it was fixed up a bit in an update. It of course does force you to slide back down. And of course if there's still some logs rolling down, then you have to avoid those. And if there's a full line of logs, well, you're shit out of luck basically. Alright, there we go. But yeah, even though this boss is not exactly a pain in the ass anymore for me, I still wouldn't say it's a particularly great boss. Again, none of the bosses in this game really are. There's one that's okay, one that would be okay, I guess, but it's kinda a bit too long and has a really annoying final phase. But, yeah. Anyway, this game does... Well, this boss, anyway, operates in the rule of 3s, so... After, like, 3 hits, they'll go down, so this is the last one. And there we go. And then he just kind of falls over after we break a few of his teeth. I don't know why a rock monster needs teeth, but... it's fine. Sales Immortals. So, that's our, That's weird. Was that 2 pages for one of these? Okay, I'm pretty sure... Did we just not get a pagey from earlier until, like, just now? That's really weird. Also, fun little Easter egg here. Stomp on his eye, get a little bit of extra dialogue. That's cute. And yeah, a couple calls back here, or a couple plus 1. Don't miss those. A lot of people tend to miss those, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. Check out this low-res ass texture here. I don't know if it's gonna look as low-res on the 720p video screen, but on my 1080p game window here, it's really noticeable. There's also like visible banding on the texture. That's weird. I guess to be fair, this isn't running on the highest settings. This is like one tier below the highest. Just because the game, like, no matter what version you have, it doesn't necessarily run super well at the highest settings. I think PS4 might be on Fantastic, and I have it on Beautiful. And that's probably why it's hitching so much on the PS4 version. That and it's just a Unity game running on console, and those very rarely run well. Anyway, I did notice we're at over 20 minutes on a timer right now, so I guess next time on Yooka-Laylee, we'll be exploring last little bit we've got to do before heading on into the big ol' post-expansion area over there. And yeah. See y'all then. Later.